You've already learned how to open a conversation with anyone, anywhere, with context cues. Now I want to show you how to take that to the next level. This is about moving away from small talk into big talk. Here's how you can do it. We don't always think about conversations this way, but even the most casual chit-chat has some kind of goal or intention. And the best conversationalists have a game plan. Like any good athlete, conversationalists practice, prepare, and execute with the intention to win. While you don't want to win a conversation, you might want to win business, win friends, or win new ideas. If you have time while you're getting ready or going to an event, you can prep by thinking about what you want from the event. When I was creating our flagship course, People School, I asked our students about their biggest people goals. I found that the most common people goals are getting new business, connecting with your boss or a VIP, bonding with a colleague, learning something new, quickly making friends, or being more memorable. All of these are great goals, and I call these kinds of intentions talking lanes. A talking lane is a way of thinking about how our conversations are structured. For example, if you start talking about your favorite TV shows with someone, that would be a conversational lane. You keep driving in that lane of conversation as you talk about the benefits of Netflix versus cable. Or you reminisce about your favorite TV classics from childhood. The goal here is to get farther down the lane. This is when you truly get to know someone. For example, let's say my conversational goal is to get to know a colleague better. I might get in the lane of childhood by asking, "Did you grow up around here?" That's one of my context cue questions. They might say, "Oh, actually, I grew up in the Midwest." And then we can talk about the Midwest for a bit. Then, if I want to get to know them more, I can go even farther down that lane. I could ask if they miss Midwest values, triggering a conversation about their values and memories. And if we wanted to go even farther, we could talk about how this would affect our own family values in our current families. By sticking to this one lane, we move quickly and smoothly to getting to know each other. Now imagine I was talking to this colleague about the Midwest, and she were to abruptly bring up hot air balloons. It would be odd and throw the conversation completely off track. Master conversationalists are also exceptionally talented at staying in the same lanes for as long as possible, and then only making smooth transitions. This is just like driving a car. When you're in a car and you want to get off the highway, you don't make a hard right turn. Rather, you go lane by lane by lane. It's the same thing in great conversation. You both talk about an interesting topic and go beyond the chit-chat by going farther down the lane. Then when another relevant topic comes up, you smoothly shift into that. Let's look at my Midwestern colleague example again. Let's say we had exhausted the topic of childhood and family, but in talking about family, she mentions wanting to take a family vacation to Disney World. Well, guess what? I just went to Disney World. That, my friends, is a potential new lane. I can then ask when she's going, give her tips for restaurants, and get excited with her. A really great conversation is many, many parallel lanes next to each other. Long, smooth, deep discussions about each topic. From childhood to Disney World to vacations to work-life balance to professional goals to life goals. In this way, you're along for a lovely long conversational drive, if you want one. You could always end a conversation early with our graceful exits, which I'll talk about at the end of this course. For now, you have 3 missions with conversational lanes. 1, stay in the same lane together. 2, the farther you go down a lane, the deeper the conversation gets. 3, if you want to switch topics, make smooth lane changes. Are you wondering how to know when to make a lane change? This is where your intentions come into play. If your goal is to make new friends, you can shift more quickly into social plans. If your goal is to earn new business, you could shift into talking about work topics when you hear them come up. If your goal is just to learn about the person, you can ask whatever you're curious about. Let's look at how these work in a real conversation using the context cue of cocktails. Danielle is at a networking event and wants to meet some new friends in the city she just moved to.
Hey, that cocktail looks great. Do you mind if I ask what you ordered?
Of course, yeah, it's called the Jamboree. Apparently it's the bartender's signature drink.
Ooh, it looks sweet.
It is, it's really good.
I love sweet. I could practically have dessert with every meal.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
So by the way, I just moved into the city. I'm curious, do you have any dessert recommendations?
Absolutely. I can give you a ton. Where are you from?
I'm from Florida originally.
Oh wow, me too.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. We should talk later.
Absolutely. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
Notice how they talked about drinks, then desserts, then smoothly switched to her move to the city. And she gets her goal of meeting new people and getting city recommendations. Using conversational lanes is one of the best ways to build rapport. There's nothing worse than being with someone who's either pelting you with irrelevant questions or jumping from topic to topic. Or worse, immediately starts pitching you on their goal. If you think of topics like lanes, you can then make smooth transitions into new topics or easily move towards questions that fit your intentions rather than pitching someone cold. Remember, this is about having quality conversations, not quantity conversations. It's not about the amount of questions you ask someone or the amount of people you talk to, but rather it's about the depth that you go with each person you interact with. That's how we have memorable, enjoyable, productive conversations. I want you to pull out your calendar and look at some social events coming up. What are your conversational goals for each event? Put your goals in the notes for that calendar event and start thinking about context cues as you get ready or commute to the event. Below this video, tell me your main conversational goals and what context cue you might use to get them. I personally read each and every comment because I want to get to know you and hear what you liked about this step. Next up, we're doing the final, most important step number 3, how to speak so people listen. Creating great conversation is about being memorable and captivating. In step number 3, I'll give you my conversational superpower. It's the weapon we should all be equipped with before going into social battle. In fact, when you have this skill, networking, parties, and small talk no longer seem so hard. Get ready. I feel like I should do like a driving metaphor and then I can be like, beep, beep, conversational lane change. Beep, beep, beep. I'm a honker. I'm from California. Beep, beep. Blinker. Use your blinker.